There's a place in the Caribbean where the mountains meet the sea, where the air smells like jerk spice and salt water, and where the rhythm of life moves to a beat that feels like it was written just for you. Jamaica is not simply a destination, it is an experience that wraps itself around you and refuses to let go long after you have returned home. From the moment your plane descends over the turquoise waters and lush green hills, something shifts inside you. The island has a way of doing that, pulling you in, slowing you down, and reminding you what it feels like to be fully alive. Whether you are a first-time traveler or someone who has been dreaming of this island for years, Jamaica offers something that very few places on Earth can match. It is raw, beautiful, vibrant, and deeply human. This guide is your complete companion to experiencing Jamaica the right way, where to go, when to go, and how to make every single moment count. Jamaica sits in the heart of the Caribbean Sea, south of Cuba and west of Hispaniola. It covers roughly 4,244 square miles, making it the third largest island in the Caribbean. The island is divided into 14 parishes, each with its own personality and charm. The capital city is Kingston, located on the southeastern coast, and it serves as the cultural and political heartbeat of the nation. The North Coast, however, is where most tourists find themselves drawn, home to famous resort towns like Montego Bay, Ocho Rios, and Negril. The island's interior is dramatically different from its coastline. The Blue Mountains rise to over 7,000 feet above sea level, draped in cloud forest and coffee plantations. Understanding this geography helps you plan a trip that goes beyond the beach and truly captures the full soul of Jamaica. The official language is English, though Jamaican patois is widely spoken and adds a musical texture to every conversation you will have. The currency is the Jamaican dollar, though United States dollars are widely accepted in tourist areas. The people are warm, proud, and deeply connected to their culture. And that culture, rooted in African heritage, colonial history, and a fierce spirit of independence, is something you will feel everywhere you go. Timing your trip to Jamaica can make a significant difference in the quality of your experience. The island enjoys a tropical climate year-round, which means warm temperatures and sunshine are almost always on the menu. However, there are distinct seasons that every traveler should understand before booking flights. The dry season runs from December through April and is widely considered the best time to visit. During these months, rainfall is minimal, temperatures hover comfortably between 75 and 85 degrees Fahrenheit, and the skies are reliably clear. This is peak tourist season, which means higher prices and larger crowds, particularly around the Christmas and New Year holidays. If you are planning to visit during this window, booking accommodations and flights at least 3 to 4 months in advance is strongly recommended. The shoulder months of May and June offer a sweet spot for travelers who want favorable weather without the peak season price tags. Rainfall begins to increase slightly, but showers are typically brief and followed by sunshine. The summer months of July and August are warm and lively, with Jamaican festivals and cultural events adding extra energy to the island. The hurricane season officially runs from June through November, with the highest risk concentrated between August and October. While a direct hurricane hit is relatively rare, travelers visiting during this period should monitor weather forecasts closely and consider purchasing travel insurance. November is often an underrated month to visit. The hurricane risk drops significantly, prices remain lower than peak season, and the island is lush and green from the seasonal rains. For most international travelers, the journey to Jamaica begins at Sangster International Airport in Montego Bay, and the city itself is well worth exploring before heading elsewhere. Known affectionately as Mo-Bay, Montego Bay is Jamaica's second largest city and its tourism capital. Hip Strip, officially known as Gloucester Avenue, is the main tourist corridor, lined with restaurants, bars, craft markets, and beach clubs that buzz with energy from morning until well past midnight. Doctor's Cave Beach is one of the most famous stretches of sand in the Caribbean, with crystal clear water that was once believed to have healing properties. Rose Hall Great House sits just east of the city and offers a fascinating and somewhat haunting glimpse into Jamaica's plantation history, complete with guided tours that tell the story of the legendary White Witch of Rose Hall. For those who want to venture beyond the resort bubble, the streets of downtown Montego Bay reveal a more authentic side of Jamaican life. Colorful markets, street food vendors, and the kind of everyday energy that reminds you this is a real, living city, not just a backdrop for vacation photos. If Montego Bay is the gateway, Negril is the exhale. Located on the westernmost tip of the island, roughly 1.5 hours from Montego Bay, Negril is famous for two things: 7 Mile Beach and Rick's Cafe. 7 Mile Beach is exactly what it sounds like: a seemingly endless stretch of white sand and calm, shallow water that turns every shade of blue and green depending on the time of day. The beach is lined with small hotels, beach bars, and vendors selling everything from fresh coconut water to handmade jewelry. The atmosphere is relaxed, unhurried, and deeply inviting. Rick's Cafe perches dramatically on the cliffs at the western end of Negril and has become one of Jamaica's most iconic spots. Every evening, locals and tourists gather to watch cliff divers launch themselves into the sea below, while the sun melts into the horizon in a blaze of orange and pink. It is the kind of sunset that makes you question why you ever spend evenings indoors. Negril also has a strong backpacker and bohemian culture, making it a favorite among budget travelers and those seeking a more free-spirited experience. The town itself is small and walkable, and the overall vibe is one of genuine relaxation rather than manufactured resort luxury. Ocho Rios sits roughly 1.5 hours east of Montego Bay along the north coast and serves as Jamaica's adventure capital. This is where nature takes center stage in the most spectacular ways. Dunn's River Falls is the island's most visited natural attraction, a series of cascading limestone terraces that visitors can actually climb, guided by local experts who help you navigate the slippery rocks while the cool water rushes around you. It is exhilarating, refreshing, and unlike anything most travelers have experienced. Blue Hole, also known as Island Gully Falls, offers a more off-the-beaten-path adventure. Hidden in the jungle, this series of turquoise pools and waterfalls invites visitors to swim, jump from rocks, and swing on rope swings into the water below. Mystic Mountain provides a bird's-eye view of the north coast via a rainforest bobsled ride and Sky Explorer chairlift. For those interested in Jamaican history and culture, the Bob Marley birthplace in the nearby village of 9 Mile is a deeply moving pilgrimage. The small community where the reggae legend was born and is buried offers guided tours that bring his life and music into vivid, personal focus. Kingston is a city that rewards curious travelers willing to look beyond its rough reputation. The Bob Marley Museum on Hope Road, housed in the reggae icon's former home and recording studio, is an absolute must-visit. Devon House, a beautifully restored 19th century mansion, offers some of the best ice cream in the Caribbean and a peaceful escape from the city's intensity. The National Gallery of Jamaica houses an impressive collection of Jamaican art that tells the story of the island's history and identity in powerful visual terms. Rising above Kingston, the Blue Mountains offer a completely different Jamaica: cool, misty, and breathtakingly beautiful. A guided hike to Blue Mountain Peak, standing at 7,402 feet, rewards early risers with a sunrise view that stretches all the way to Cuba on clear mornings. The region is also home to the world-famous Blue Mountain coffee, considered among the finest in the world, and visiting a working coffee farm is an experience that engages all the senses. When it comes to practical travel, renting a car gives you the most freedom to explore, though driving on the left side of the road takes some adjustment. Taxis and route taxis are widely available and affordable. Street food is safe, delicious, and essential. Jerk chicken from a roadside drum, fresh patties from a bakery, and ackee and saltfish, the national dish, are all experiences that belong on every traveler's list. Respect local customs, embrace the pace of island life, and you will find that Jamaica gives back exactly as much as you bring to it.